So on the screen, as I was kind of going around and looking at statues, Diamond Comic Distributors files voluntary petition for relief under Chapter 11. Actually, one of the reasons that I came up here today was because it is a day of preparation. What happens on Tuesdays?
I usually get my Diamond shipment.
Okay.
And I usually process all of the new books for tomorrow, sort them out, check them in, pull subs, lay them out on the tables for tomorrow. Mm-hmm. That's been disrupted, I'd say, since the week of Thanksgiving through now. Diamond has been struggling they've been failing to deliver the books on time, and they've been late.
And it's not just you. This is...
And anybody who gets books from Diamond, it's, X, Y, and Z factors. It's peak, it rained, snowed, hurricane came through, high winds, just any reason. We had a holiday, books are late. They did have one of their warehouses they had to shut down unexpectedly and probably threw their whole thing in turmoil. And, as customers of them, we're definitely feeling it, it upsets the whole balance of the shop. A lot of what goes on in the shop revolves around New Comic Book Day, and you got customers, they want the books on New Comic Book Day. And if you got books through other distributors, you got them on time. And you had them, it's just the people who were still loyal to Diamond and still hanging on to Diamond that were feeling it. And I made the call like 6 weeks ago to start ordering whatever I could from other places, and then I got an account with Penguin.
And it's not because you wanted to; it's because
I have to. I mean,
okay.
It's too much of my business is involved with this, and just I felt like the logistics of the way Diamond distributes books is there's no margin of error. A day off, they're late. It rains, it's late. Snows, like I said, X, Y, and Z reason, late.
It's not a recipe for success, and there's so many people.
There's not a viable distributor of new comic books, is how they become.
And when they once used to be.
The whole reason Diamond was created was to distribute comic books to comic book stores.
Yeah. Before
Diamond, you couldn't sell new comics. It was only newsstands. There was a monopoly, a market, a lockdown on it. Diamond, by not returning books and by getting them all, they became distributors. And other distributors popped up. There was it was a regional thing, 5, 6 different distributors. But in the end, Diamond reigned supreme. Bought the other ones out and were it for a long time. They were, my number one distributor. Comics, toys, all things, comic book store related. Is a one-stop shop. It's great.
Yeah.
The way to order and everything. The portal was expert at it. But seems to be no more. And then it just became not a viable distributor of new comics. You want your comics a week late. And that's what it's been the last 2 months, late. And now I saw the ship was sinking and I got off and I wasn't going to ride it to the bottom, but it's still sad.
Sure.
It's not a good sign for the comic book industry, comic book store industry, it's the same thing that's affecting them as affecting me, decreasing profit margins, extremely rising costs, really conservative consumer spending, so stuff's going to get tight.
Yeah. You had hit on newsstand. One of the things that when I was growing up and reading comics, I never took into consideration is, say you go to Walgreens or Woolworths or
Circle K, 7-Eleven.
Yes, right?
7-Eleven, big distributor of comic books in the 80s.
Whatever didn't sell,
they returned.
They would return.
Yes.
And that's why when you're looking through back issues and you're seeing newsstands, to me, when I used to see the barcode, I was like, gross, that doesn't have Spider-Man's picture on it. I don't want it. That's the lesser. But I didn't realize that book had gone out into circulation, had sat on a shelf, nobody took it home, and then it made its way back. So the journey that book took was greater than that of a direct edition because newsstands...
It got handled a lot more, too, man.
Correct. There's a little bit more magic to it.
The comic book rack at a grocery store or a bookstore, convenience got thrashed, man. Dude. People just, 10 people read it before you bought it.
Yes.
So that's a thing. And if it was on a spinner rack, it was notoriously
the wire,
notorious for just destroying books and giving them, the massive creases in the middle. People flip through them
as they pull them down forward.
Just grazing. Not even care, just mindlessly.
Kids being kids, yeah.
It's more than just kids, and just people just grazing, flipping, eye candying.
Well, when I was in the shower today, thinking about coming over here and talking to you and the business and what people may or may not take into consideration. So, the ordering process. Could you estimate how many new books come out every Wednesday?
New titles?
Yeah. Or new issues of titles. Let's do that. So
it's just a title. I don't even get everything. You're talking about every publisher, every.
Yes, I am.
Just, not variants, just individual titles.
Yes.
150.
Okay. Now with that,
Marvel, DC, Image, Dark Horse, Titan, Mad Cave, Boone, Ani. Vault, Scout, just so many,
Yep.
So and I'm Udon, Archie, just all of them. It's a lot. 150-ish.
So
I might get 30% of that.
Part of your process, or any comic book store owner's process, is making predictions based on either what titles are going to be hot, what people are going to be interested in, or like you had brought in variants. Oh shoot, I've got this title. They've got 15 different
covers.
Hard. How do I? Because you don't want stuff to sit on and die on the wall, So
it's like predicting the future.
It is.
There's a because it's all new all the time.
Yep.
So just try to take care of your customers, your subscribers, and try if they've been with you any time, you know what they like, and hopefully they give you a heads up on some things. I can order anything I want, anything they want, but I gotta know it at a certain time. If they don't tell me, it's like, I think everything sucks, and what do I know? The stuff that I think is great, nobody else gives a shit, So, and if you're trying to predict what's going to be hot, man, you're going to buy 10, 20 losers for every one of your winners, and that winner ain't going to outpace the losers. It's tough to predict the future. So you just got to go on, and they don't, and that's why it's all new all the time that way, because by you get to issue 7 or 8 or 6 or even, issue 4, how many you're selling.
Yeah.
Issue 1, you don't know, and you want it all to be great, but it's tough. I might order 25 copies of number 1, 10 copies of number 2. By issue 7, I'm on, 5, 6 copies because I don't want to I just want to sell out. It's good to sell out.
Yeah.
And if it is hot, I'll just catch it on the reprint.
Sure.
That's not as big a deal as it was back in the day. Reprints are so prevalent, it used to be a curse of death. Second printing. It's only the oldest of old guys give a shit.
Now there are people getting second prints graded. There are second printings, fourth printings.
They're slabbing, true believers and reprints, and people are buying them because, just like you buy them fridge magnets.
Yeah.
I'm sure you've all seen them fridge magnets.
Boom, 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 boom.
It's a key issue. Like, oh man, $7 for, first appearance Punisher. The deal. How nobody else see this? It's a fridge magnet.
There's a market for it if people want it, if you want to have that copy. But what I thought about is you establish a rapport. Like right now, you could tell me what are 10 characters I'm interested in. So if there was a new title that were coming out, list off 10 characters that I like that is a safe bet. They're like, yeah, Scoot would probably read that.
Spawn, Ghost Rider, Lobo, Wolverine, Swamp Thing.
Yep.
Which
the Beetlejuice covered. That's what reminded me of that. The House of Secrets.
I ordered a shitload of those.
Yeah. Do you have any left?
Oh yeah, I got them somewhere. Foils, the regular, and I was hyped about a Swamp Thing. Is also before that movie came out, and then it's super hyped up.
Yeah.
Movie's mediocre, so nobody gonna give a crap. If they hadn't even made that movie, I think it'd be even stronger cover.
I could get behind that. Yeah.
By diluting the franchise with mediocrity.
But so Perrin could walk in. You know what he's into.
That's more what his son's into.
Sure, whatever, but it's
which
because
is with Godzilla and King Kong and Star Wars.
It's
but like good Star Wars.
You're passionate
Darth
about
Vader,
this, so you like it
Bounty
when other
Hunters.
people are interested.
Yeah, you gotta get to know your customers, man. The whole thing, and that's why. It's why specialty shops, have the strongest. You walk into here, you can deal with the owner. Not some flunky. Not some corporate employee.
Sure.
So you can complain to the top, whether he gives a shit or not. Depends on how good a customer you are.
Yeah. So, what is a book that recently you slept on and didn't think would do well and didn't order enough of, and then after the fact?
Ultimate Spider-Man #1.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Well, it's just Ultimate Spider. It's a rule of 20. The Ultimate Universe came out like 20 years ago, so. The people that read that when they were kids, are 30. They got money, stupid money to throw away at stuff. And so it's the rule of 20, which I know about.
Sure.
But, it's the umpteenth Spider-Man relaunch.
That's why I didn't get into it, because I love Spider-Man, but I like Old Amazing.
I think I ordered, I did 15, 20 copies,
A moderate amount,
Should have ordered 1,500. How are you supposed to know? If I'd ordered 1,500, it'd have been dog shit. Nobody would have wanted it, I guarantee it.
So, needless to say, you don't have one in the store right now.
First print? No, but I caught on the reprint. Sold them, Another one's Transformers. That Image Transformers, oh my God.
Okay. How long ago was that?
That was last year sometime. It's on like issue 18 or something. The first issue's, gone through 11 printings, and I've ordered and sold through almost all of them. And in all the subsequent issues, 4th, 5th printing, and sold.
Yeah.
People coming in buying the whole run, one through whatever's out, just because, everybody's talking about it, like that Transformers.
Sure.
Now. And that was like real grassroots, wasn't hype.
Yeah.
Like Absolute Batman, a lot of hype pushing that. Decent story, and everything, but, it's also got a big hype train behind it,
What is one that where the pendulum swings the other direction, that you were like, this is going to be, I'm going to order...
Stranger Things.
Okay, and I didn't mind that.
The comic series was good. Because the show was so hot.
Yeah.
Like the hottest, everything. And it was like, it's not just a made for TV adaptation. It's, Will's journey through the upside down.
Yes.
Like, which you never see in the season. So as a fan, I'm interested in that story.
I want to know.
But like, nobody give a shit. I even had comic book guys coming in and I was like, you like comics. You love Stranger Things. You have no desire to read this comic.
There's zero.
And I'm just like, what the fuck?
It doesn't make sense.
No, it doesn't make sense at all. And it was good.
Because it makes you question, are you really into comics, or are you just like collecting things? Because there's a difference between they're made to
most
be read,
people just like collecting. There's collecting covers, and I don't know. There are people that read.
Yeah.
But just like Pokemon, man, for every 20 kids with a pocket full of Pokemon, one might play.
Yeah.
It's comics, and that's not good, because then the stories don't have to be good if nobody's reading them.
I slept on that Conan 2019, the Duggan run. Just picked some of those up, and the other night in bed.
It was good. The Marvel run, yeah. Read the prose in the back is even good. It's old Conan stories.
Yeah,
legit.
Well, the second page, when you flip to it, he's floating in an ocean, chewing on shark, trying to survive a shipwreck. I'm like, this is the kind of story I could dig. I can get behind this.
Yeah. But so Diamond going down is not good for the comic industry in a whole. My number one distributor for years. And like the whole purpose Diamond was created was to distribute comics to comic book stores. And it's not the business they're really in anymore, and they can't support themselves. It's just sad. You wonder if they're taken out, or... Was it negligence or willfully? 5-6 years ago, they're, being the only source, shipping, damages, they were great. Customer service, great at replacing damages. It's still you don't have this title or that title for New Comic Book Day because, you know, you got a half a case of books damaged, which they got better at. And then their shipping, you know, practices and, you know, shipping building. A lot of people had a problem with that. You know, but they've gotten better with all of that. But too little too late, apparently. You know.